What's up, it's you? For today's video, we have a Rhyhorn evolution team. So we got Rhyhorn, Rhydon, and Rhyperior. I'll be using the normal and the shinies to make up a full team of 6. All these Pokemon are pretty good, except they just got a lot of weaknesses, which made things pretty tough coming across water and grass type Pokemon. If you do want to check me out on Twitch, people, this is where I do all my streams, my theme teams, Pokemon sweeps, and all other forms of salty entertainment. Let's get into today's battles, and if you do enjoy the content, people, please drop a like on the video. Only takes 1 second and really does help me out. And big shout out to all the people who've been liking the videos and leaving comments. Alright, we got an interesting theme team here, if you can guess what it is. This is a battle against Skylar, and we got a Machamp lead. I've got my Rhyhorn lead, so let me explain what this one is going to be. So this is a Stealth Rock, Scorching Sand, Stone Edge, and Metal Burst set. I've got max health, and I've also got max special defense, and I've got the item Quick Claw, and the ability is Reckless. So what I want to do is to get some damage on this Machamp, but it's going to go for Protect. It's going to use Protection, and it's going to have the Flame Orb. So, okay, it's, probably going to be a Gut set. Then the Machamp swaps out. I'm like, all right, that's fair enough. And the Sharpedo is going to come in here. I went for Metal Burst again, so I thought that's the most damage I'm going to be able to get against that. Now, I also have Stone Edge here, but he actually is a little bit, it's a little bit dodgy at times. Now, the item on this one is not Quick Claw, it's Custap Berry, and the ability is Rockhead. Sorry about that, I messed the abilities up. So, Sharpedo's going to go for a bite. They're trying to flinch me, and here comes the Metal Burst. So, Metal Burst is going to be a 2-hit KO. Now, I'm not sure whether the Sharpedo is going to attack me again or go for a Water type move, and then it went for Endure. I'm like, what? So I went for a Metal Burst again, expecting a bite, I guess, and now the Sharpedo is going to swap out. I'm like, okay, so, Rhyhorn's doing pretty good at the moment. It's causing a lot of swaps. So now comes the Noivern here. I went for Metal Burst again, obviously, but since it was a swap, nothing was going to happen. So I've got Stone Edge here. I thought, well, I may as well go for that because it's super effective, right? I do have max attack, so it should do a pretty good amount of damage. So Noivern's going to go for a laser focus here. Stone Edge is not going to miss, and it lands on Noivern, and it takes it out in one shot. Was absolutely awesome. I think when you look at especially Rhydon, like, it's still got very, very good stats. I mean, I guess it was planned eventually to have an evolution, but it still has very, very good stats, say if Rhyperior wasn't around. So this is where things start to get very interesting. We've got Pangoro coming out here, and it's going to be Dynamax Pangoro. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe a fighting type move here. Rhydon should be able to live that one okay. Or, I might be able to get a Custap Berry Stone Edge or something off there. I don't know. Not very much damage I can do this, but maybe one of my other Pokemon could do something. But, yeah, this went really, really bad. So Pangoro is going to go for a max. Guys, I'm thinking to myself, well, I know that it doesn't have any, physical water moves, like Waterfall, so this must be Surf, because I know Special Pangoro, right? I mean, I know Pangoro very well, but I'm very, very certain this is going to be a special set from Surf, because that's its only water type move. So that's the end of my Rhyhorn there, so I'm thinking, well, let's go into Rhyhorn, my other one, because this one's got a Focus Sash, and I can stall out the next 2 turns to Dynamax. I've got Counter, Endeavor, Protect, and Rock Blast, so a pretty handy little set out. I'm going to go for Endeavor. So since the Pangoro is in Dynamax, I know that I won't be able to put it down to 1 health, but I'll be able to get a fair bit of damage off against it, right? So Rhyhorn's going to go for, no, not Rhyhorn. Man, Surfing Rhyhorn. That was actually really cool in Gen 2 when that happened. The Surfing Rhyhorn and Rhydon. So we're going to go for the Endeavor on the Kung Fu Panda. Maybe you know what this team is already. And instead of going for another Surf, it's going to go for a Maxu. So that's definitely a special set, right? I'd say Maxus would have come off Sludge Bomb, I'd say, because it's got kind of a limited style of move pool there on the special side. So I'm facing a very, very scary threat at the moment. Even though it's a meme, it's actually very, very threatening. So I've got the Pangoro disappearing out of Dynamax. It's raining, and it's got +1 in special attack. So I've got my Rhyperior here. This is a Rock Wrecker, Avalanche, Earthquake, Hammer Arm set with max health and max attack, solid rocks. I'm like, I know that Surf's going to hit me really hard here, but I have to take this thing out because it's going to absolutely destroy the rest of my team. So I was thinking about this for quite a while, what to do here. I really needed the Dynamax to actually live the attack. Like, since I've used up my Focus Sash Pokemon already, and I wasn't really sure if any of my evolutions on this thing will actually be able to even outspeed it, you know, so I had to go for Dynamax here. This was definitely a desperation Dynamax. So, you know, Rhyperior looks pretty good too. I like its shiny how it's got like big gold, it's like the armor or the plates around, look very, very nice. Also, its eyebrows are gold as well. So I just went for Max Knuckle. This should be more than enough to take out the Pangoro. Pangoro is going to outspeed me, obviously, and it's going to hit me with the Surf. The Surf crits me right in the rain and takes my Dynamax out in one shot. It's a disaster, people. So that's the end of Rhyperior. I'm thinking to myself, man, I'm about to be like 6-0 by a surfing special Pangoro on your channel. So I'm going to go to Rhydon here. Now, this one was a Rock Polish Double Edge Heat Crash set with Drill Run as well. So this one did have some speed EVs, but it wasn't really that fast. I also had, Max Attack and Max Speed as my EV spread. So I outsped it and went for a Double Edge here. This is a Reckless Double Edge set. There's only really one physical move you can make use of Reckless with Rhyhorn, but I outsped the Pangoro, and that was enough to take it out. So that was very, very close there. Almost got destroyed. Next Pokemon is Sharpedo. All I've seen is from this thing is Endure and Bite. Nothing really else. I could go for a Double Edge here again, and I know that I can easily take that out. Now, the Sharpedo is going to go for Endure here, and I thought, well, I don't think it's got Speed Boost, because obviously we had seen that before, so I'd say it's got Rough Skin, so obviously maybe they're trying to get me to do some damage with the Rough Skin. So there's some Rough Skin damage, and it also has Rocky Helmet, and I'm also going to take damage from the Rake. This is like 3 rounds of, damage to me there. So Sharpedo's going to go for a Bite there. Obviously, they're going for a flinch, but it didn't happen. I went for another Double Edge, but unfortunately, since it had all those abilities and the item stacking up there, that was actually enough to take out my Rhydon regardless there, even with the Rocky Armor. So bye-bye Sharpedo and bye-bye Rhydon. But this is a disaster because that Pangoro really took out a lot of my good Pokemon. Next Pokemon we got is Toxel. You don't get to see Toxel very often. Actually, that's quite a good pick. For Boss Baby. And we got my other Rhydon here. Now, this was a special set. It was absolutely disgusting because it was so bad. So we got Ancient Power and Earth Power, Thunder, and Fire Blast. So I've got Max Special Attack and I've got Max Health. So I decided to go for Ancient Power again. We got another Pokemon using Endure here. So that, you can see how bad Special Rhydon is from the damage that it did to a Toxel. I mean, I doubt that Toxel's like Everlighted. So we got the Toxel swapping out, and we got the Behemoth coming out. So this is where my problems this was another problem Pokemon. So I was trying to really get a Ancient Power boost here on Rhydon, because I thought, well, with Everlight, this thing's going to be pretty bulky. Now, the ability on this one is Lightning Roll. It's going to be so useful. And the EV spread, I think I mentioned that it was Max Health and Max Special Attack. But as usual with these evolution teams, I try to run all of the abilities, like every single one of them gets right. So I had like Rockhead, Lightning Rod, and Reckless, and all those sort of abilities. And Solid Rock, of course, too. So we got this Behemoth. It was a very, very bulky set. So I'm guessing it was something like definitely Max Health, either Max Health, Max Special Defense, or Max Health, Max Defense. It was kind of hard, to be honest, it was kind of hard to tell because this Rhydon was so bad in Special Attack. It was generally horrible. So Behemoth, I'm not sure if it's an analytics set or not. I really don't know at this point. But it's got Psybeam. Now, Psybeam still will do a decent amount of damage, and it does have a chance of actually confusing as well. It also has Toxic to get extra damage, like, over and over again. So they're the only moves that I've seen of it so far. So I kept spamming Ancient Power in the hopes that I get a boost. I could have gone for Earth Power for a little bit more base power, maybe, but I thought, in the long run, I don't think I'm taking this Behemoth out unless I get a couple of, like, maybe 2 Ancient Powers and then maybe Earth Power afterwards. But it was looking really bad here, and I didn't really want to swap into my last Rhyperior just yet. So I'm going to get a miss there on my attacking move, and we got the... I tried to go for Paralysis on Thunder, which unfortunately missed. That would have been good to get that, but all my moves missed, and my Rhydon is going to be fainting to Toxic. And I'm sure someone in the comment section is going to do the Rhydon these nuts jokes. So there you go. I did it. You can't do it anymore, right? I don't want to see any of those jokes in the comment section. So, so the next Pokemon here is going to be my Rhyperior. Oh, this is my last Pokemon. This is a troll set. So I've got Fissure, Horndrill, Rest, and Sleep Talk. I had to do it, people. Now, this was the Pokemon with Quick Claw. I've got Max Health and Max Special Defense, and I've also got, I think this is Sassy Nature. So I've got Quick Claw as the item, I've got Reckless as the ability, and yeah, you just gotta basically go for Fissure or Horn Drill and hope one of them land. And obviously when your health gets kind of low, you just go for a rest, and then you could go for Sleep Talk, and you might get one of the one-hit KO moves here. So I wasn't really worried about Toxidol because I had rest. I hadn't revealed it either. It was more I was kind of worried about getting these moves to land, you know? And I wasn't really sure what that Machamp set would be. I kind of had a little bit of an idea what the Toxidol set might be, but I wasn't 100% sure at the moment. Toxidol's sort of limited, so, you know, I could maybe guess what it was going to be. So now Behemoth's going to go for Psybeam again. It still was doing very, very good damage considering. I mean, Behemoth does have a big special, you know, attacking stat as well. So Rhyperior isn't looking too good at the moment. I'm probably going to need to go for a rest. And the funny thing about this was Behemoth and Rhyperior were actually, it was a speed tie if you notice. I mean, I think I did get a Quick Claw, but on one of the turns, but it actually generally was a speed type, so which is pretty funny. So we got another Psybeam here. Psybeam, I'd say Psybeam was a 5-hit KO, which is pretty good considering I don't think there's any special attack EVs in that whatsoever. I could be wrong, but I don't think there is. So I'm going to go for the Sleep Talk, and a Horn Drill I get, but it didn't land, which sucks. So the only thing I have to really worry about here would be a critical hit or a confusion, and then I hit myself with confusion. So Behemoth got like 2 speed ties. Oh, sorry, it got the second one, and then it got the confusion. I was like, man, this is actually really bad, because if I hit myself here, I could be done. And I'm going to get past the confusion, which is good. I absolutely need to get a one-hit KO moves here soon, otherwise Rhyperior is definitely going to lose, right? And I got rest. I'm like, that's like the worst possible move I could have got. So Rhyperior is going to be waking up this turn. Behemoth's going to go for a Psybeam here. One more Psybeam and I'm done. I wake up here. I was like, please don't use yourself. Please don't use yourself. And I didn't know myself. I was able to get the rest off, and Rhyperior is back to full health. That was really, really close. That could have been an absolute disaster. So Rhyperior now has all of its health back. And Behemoth really can't do much here unless he gets very, very lucky with confusion and stuff like that or crits. So go for a Sleep Talk. I was confident I could take this out. I just had to land it, you know, attack right. And finally, I get the Horn Drill there, and the Mega Mind is going to go down. So I've got Machamp and Toxel left. So this is pretty funny. So the next Pokemon to come out is going to be Machamp. Like, well, does that have a fighting type move? This will be interesting to see if it does. Now, I've got one more turn of Sleep Talk here, so obviously I click Sleep Talk. Machamp went for Protect. I'm like, why would it go for Protect for? Like, that's a curious play, because obviously none of my moves are going to get through, and the Machamp will take damage from Flame Wolf. So I was kind of curious why they would make that play for, but it was answered very, very soon. So now, obviously, I'm not going to go to sleep, and I'm going to go for Fissure or Horn Drill. That was one of the moves I was going to go here. So I get the Quick Claw, which is great there against a Machamp. I was hoping it was going to be No Guard, but obviously it wasn't, and Fissure is going to miss. The reason why they went for Protect is because it's a Protect and Mimic set. That was the only moves that I had. So now Machamp is mimicking my one-hit KO move. It could be a disaster here, people. So I'm going to go for Fissure. I'm hoping I can KO out this Machamp like super, super quickly. And it's going to miss. And Machamp is going to miss as well. So it was like so close right there, because if the Machamp landed that move, I would have been super salty. So bye-bye Machamp. So there's one more Pokemon left. And I was thinking about this. I know what moves it's got, and I'm thinking, it's got Endure, right? What if this thing has Endeavor? That would be really, really bad, because it could easily do that. So now it's going to go for Endure here on my Rhyperior. I went for the Horn Drill. Horn Drill is going to miss. And that was actually a very, very lucky miss there, because they did indeed have Endeavor, and I'm sure they had some other move just to do like 1 damage, and Fissure lands on that attacking move. That's so lucky. Like, I can't believe that actually happened. So if you think about it right, it was a crazy battle, right? If I land the Fissure on the turn the Endure was done, the Toxel would have had 1 health, right? And I would have had 1 health. Then it would have outsped me or something like that. Maybe I would have got a Quick Claw, but that was crazy. A crazy battle there. Hope you really enjoyed that one. Let's get on to battle number 2. This one was against Juggernaut. And we've got an interesting team here as well. Now, these ones I'm trying to think. I don't think these battles were back-to-back, but it was actually pretty funny because of the similarity, especially one of the Pokemon in each team. But if you know what this team is, let me know in the comment section below. So we're going to Mudbray here, not something you really see too often, and I'm going to get a Metal Burst, and it's going to get a Stamina Boost. Interesting how it still gets a Stamina Boost from Metal Burst. So I've got this Rhyhorn here, but I can't really do too much right. I've got Scorching Sands, but you know what Rhyhorn's special attack is absolutely garbage. So the best attacking move I've got is Stone Edge, but even then it's going to do nothing because you know, I'm going to need like a really powerful critical hit to get around all this stamina boost. So I just went for Metal Burst again on the little donkey, and it's a 3-hit KO, so it's not all that bad. So stamina's going to come into effect again. I thought, you know what, I'm going to roll the dice here. I've got some priority from the custom berry. I'm going to go for a Stone Edge crit and see if I can take it out. It'd be really, really funny, because obviously this is going to be my, you know, very, very last turn before I faint. So eating that custard berry and hoping I can get the critical hit, bypassing all those stamina boosts and hopefully taking Mudbray out as my best attack here. And I did nothing. And now the Mudbray is going to get yet another stamina boost. I mean, I could have gone for Scorching Sands there, but I don't believe it would have taken it out. So I think they would have done around the same damage there. So pretty funny that the Mudbray's attack after the custard berry actually missed. And I'm still trapped into the sand here. Like, one more turn, I'm going to faint here. Obviously, I'm going to get outspeed here and disrespect KO'd there by a body slam. So that wasn't very nice for poor little Rhyhorn there. I actually quite like the... I'm looking at all the shiny evolutions, right? Rhyhorn, Rhydon, and Rhyperior. I think I like Rhyperior is the best out of all of them. I don't know. What do you think is the best shiny out of these three? So we got the Rhydon coming in here. They're trying to paralyze me, and I'm going to go for an Earth Power here, and that's easy going to have to take it out, right? Because I'm actually running a decent special attacking set. You know, it's not terrible like Rhyhorn special attack. Now, the next Pokemon here is going to be Meowth, right? Now, you might be able to start to get what this team is. Maybe. So Meowth's going to go for a fake out here. It's going to do 2 damage to Rhydon, and I'm going to get flinched. Now it's going to go for play rough. So it seems to be like a fully physical attacking set. Now this is my chancey to try and get an Ancient Power boost in. You can see, look how little the Ancient Power did to Meowth. I mean, Meowth is definitely no bulky Pokemon, right? And Ancient Power was still a 3-hit KO. Only, like, it was nearly a 4-hit KO. That's embarrassing. So now Meowth is going to go for a Shadow Claw here. No crits or anything like that, no scub. I'm going to go for yet another Ancient Power boost. Hopefully I can get one here and try and take, one Pokemon out in one shot. That was the idea anyway. And unfortunately, after 3 of them, it did not happen. Not that the chance is very, very good. Now, this is where things were pretty scary, right? So we've got, a sunny day set here of Nuzleafs. Like, this is great. I went for the Fire Blast, right? This is beautiful. So I might be able to get a KO. Fire Blast does, like, almost half. I was like, what? Now it's going to go for a Solar Blade here. So it's a Solar Blade set, which is going to be physical. And obviously, I'm going to be 4 times weak to that. And if this thing's got any sort of, like, offensive EVs, I am toast. And I am toast. And that's the end of Rhydon. So I'm thinking, well, this thing could outspeed the rest of my team with its ability, right? I'm going to need to go into Rhyhorn here, and I'm going to need to go for counter to get rid of this thing, so I don't want to get swept by a Nuzleaf, right? So here it comes. It's another Solar Blade. I really like Solar Blade. I'm not sure if they'll make any more, like, Solar moves. I mean, they've already got Solar Beam and Solar Blade, so they probably won't make any more, but they're both pretty cool. So I'm going to be living on my Focus Sash here, and I'm going to be giving that Nuzleaf a good old 1-2 with a counter. So that's the end of the Nuzleaf, but that was a scary Pokemon. Like, this team really struggled against, like, any grass or water type Pokemon. Massive, massive problems. So Gardevoir's going to come in and it's going to go for an Ice Punch, and that is going to be the end of Rhyhorn on 1 health. I was hoping I could get a Endeavor off. That would have been amazing, but that would have been incredible because it would have died to the life form. That would have been so good, but it didn't happen because Gardevoir outsped me. So next Pokemon is my Rhyperior. I've got Choice Band and Rock Wrecker, and Ice Punch does pretty good amounts of damage there, considering I've got Solid Rock and Gardevoir's terrible attack. So popping off my Rock Wrecker out, this move looks absolutely awesome, and throwing Stonejourner's other cousin right at the Gardevoir, and that is the end of it. So I'm locked into Choice Band Rock Wrecker right now. I'm hoping that maybe I'll be able to live another attack, but I'd love to get another attacking move off. And it's going to be Salamence. So, like, okay, this is interesting. And this Salamence is obviously the dragon, right? I'm sure you know what this is. And the thing about this team, if you actually have been paying attention, the Pokemon have been using moves that are exactly from the theme, which I thought was really, really cool. So now it's going to go for Flamethrower. Obviously, I was like, oh no, I hope I don't get burned by this. This will be a disaster. So it's infatuated me, and it's also got Flamethrower. So I'm hoping I can get through all the scum. I did, which is amazing. I do have -1 in attack at the moment, but since it's Rock Wrecker and Rhyperior, the Salamence did not stand a chancey there. So that is down. Now there's only one more Pokemon left, and it's going to be Shrek. What are the chances of Shrek being in 2 battles in a row? Like, seriously, like, it was super, super funny. This time the Shrek is going to be Grimmsnarl. It's going to use Bulk Up. So I'm going to go ahead and assume this is probably Prankster Bulk Up. So it's going to get a couple of bulk ups there. Now remember, my Rhyperior has -1 at attack. And this thing's got +2 in defense. It's like, this is... I want to really see how much damage this does, because this thing's pretty much a beast in attack, right? And look at the sweet damage that it does. It's a 2-hit KO. That's pretty awesome. So here comes Spirit Break there. Spirit Break is not going to be able to take the Rhyperior out in the first one, but it definitely will be able to take it out on the second one here. But solid performance from Rhyperior. I mean, it did redeem itself after getting, like, absolutely destroyed in Dynamax by a special Pangoro. Like, that was almost quitting Pokemon time there. Like, so, next Pokemon is Rhydon, the bulky set, and this time I'm going to Dynamax my Rhydon here, because I thought this would be, you know, pretty good, and I might be able to go for, if it is got any sort of speed even, I can go for the Max Strike too, because, you know, my team's not really that fast, you know, it's pretty slow. Now, I was wondering whether Grimmsnarl would be G-Max Grimmsnarl. I was like, no, I don't think it's going to be, because the G-Max Grimmsnarl's got, like, really skinny legs, you know, like Shrek's kind of like, you know, bulky and tanky, right? So we're going to go for that attacking move, the Strike on the Grimmsnarl, dropping its speed. I outsped it, which is really cool too. It's going to go for superpowers, right? Oh, wow. I'm glad. You know what? I'm very glad I Dynamax there, because that would have probably that would have been almost taking me out there. Now I got my opponent go for a Dynamax Grimmsnarl here. I thought they might Dynamax that turn, but obviously they wanted to get the extra power from Superpower, but unfortunately now that's actually dropped their attack and defense. But I know they've got a fighting type move, and I should be able to get around it, hopefully, you know. So we got the Max. I was thinking this would go for Max Guard, because that would be a good play. And I'm thinking maybe they'll try and go for a double Max Guard, then I have to try and take them out, you know, during the Dynamax, right? So that's one turn of Max Guard, and they didn't Max Guard again. That was a pretty risky play to do so. And Max Strike is going to be on my next move. Doesn't take the Shrek out, but it gets very close. So I can finish it off with one of my other Pokemon still if I don't live this. So here comes the Max Starfall. This is coming from Spirit Break. That is definitely not going to take out my Rhydon. Rhydon now is out of Dynamax, but I can finish off the Grimmsnarl here. It does have +2 in defense, but it's only got like a wee little bit of health there. And I've got that Double Edge and Reckless at the same time. So that's usually some pretty nice damage, and I should be able to take it out. And that, my friends, is both the battles for the Rhyhorn Evolution team. Hope you enjoy them, and some really cool theme teams there as well. And don't forget to like the video if you haven't already, people. Really appreciate it. I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully, for a new video. Maybe a Pokemon sweep. We'll see. All right. Peace out, people.